Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam. I hope you're doing really well. And on this channel, I like to talk about all things film, Blu-ray and physical media. But this is a different video. It's more of a channel update and a sort of a thank you really to anyone and everyone that's checked out my channel or subscribed. I've recently hit 1,000 subscribers on the platform, which is quite humbling. You know, a lot of people say this when they say, oh, I never thought I'd reach this sort of stage and things like that, but I really didn't, especially with my output and my schedule. You know, I haven't put out that many videos in ratio to like how many subscribers I have, and you know, it's been very much I put out a video when I feel inspired to talk about something or I want to speak on something, and you know, I have a busy life, so this is very much I have to sometimes sacrifice watching movies and so I can record a video and edit it and things like that. So but I'm really thankful, and I've made some fantastic friends. I think that's the thing I've enjoyed the most, is connecting with people on the platform. And you know, I've made a bunch of really close friends, and I've collaborated with on the channel, and you know, that I've become friends outside of the platform. You know, I talk to on a regular basis, and yeah, it's just been absolutely wonderful. And it's sort of why I started in the first place, is because, you know, I have friends outside of YouTube, but they don't have the same drive and passion for film that I do. And sometimes when you have that sort of interest and with no outlet for someone to talk to about it, it can feel a bit lonely. But not anymore, because I have YouTube and people who I can talk to on a regular basis about the things that we commonly share interests about. So it's been absolutely wonderful in that respect. So just again, thank you to everyone that subscribed. I'm really thankful, and just, you know, all the comments or over all the videos that I've put out, it's just been fantastic. And yeah, thank you. So just not really a sneak peek, but just a little idea of the things that I hope to put on the channel in the future, you know, time permitting and energy levels. But I hope to start a new video series called Soft Focus, which is going to be a very short conversation based videos, as they seem to do quite well on my channel. The collaborations where I talk with people like Elliot and Nathan and Chris, and any guests that I've had on the Let's Watch 2 podcast, they seem to do quite well, and you know, they're the ones that are kind of the most fun and engaging for me when I'm doing them. So yeah, the Soft Focus is going to be a very short, maybe 20 to 30 minute sort of podcast style conversation where I invite a guest on. A lot of them will be regulars who you've seen on the channel before, where we just sit down for 20 to 30 minutes and just talk about one Blu-ray release and talk about the films and special features, and we just have a back and forth, and it's just almost like a coffee date, you know, where we're just gonna talk about the film, talk about the extras, what the transfer looks like, and just summarize that up in a thoughtful and hopefully fun and engaging way. And it's just an interesting way of just getting a review from someone in a more conversation based way. So hopefully that's going to be an ongoing series, and it's also not too much of a time commitment. You know, I can spare half an hour in an evening to get one of my friends on, and we can just literally log in, press record, and sit there for 20 to 30 minutes, if that, and talk about one release each. And I hope that sounds good to anyone watching this now. And yeah, so that's something that's going to be hopefully moving forward on the channel. Also, I did put on my social media that I was going to do my first live stream. I've been on live streams before, but they've been on other people's channels. I've never hosted a live stream, and it scares me. You know, before I started this channel, I was a very, very nervous public speaker. I still am to a certain respect, but I've definitely improved. And YouTube and, you know, talking to a camera when there's no one else in the room, you know, when you first do it, is very odd thing to do. And sometimes when you think about it, it still is odd, but it becomes second nature now. Like, the camera is the person I'm talking to. It's very odd. But yeah, live streams are a bit scarier. You know, there's hopefully someone will be tuning in to watch what you're doing, and you're not just you know, streaming to nobody. But I'm hopefully going to be doing one towards the end of December, probably with a guest as my first one. I want to maybe get into just doing some streaming on a fairly regular basis, as regular as my content can be. But yeah, so hopefully we're going to do that, and it's probably going to be the launch of Soft Focus. So Soft Focus won't be a live stream thing, it'll be pre-recorded, but I think maybe the first one will be incorporated into that live stream, and hopefully we'll have some Q&As, and you can ask me and my guest anything, and we can answer those on the fly as the live stream's going on. But hopefully that will go ahead towards the end of December. You can also expect another Criterion Roundtable. Those are quite popular on the channel, and they're very fun to record with my, we call ourselves the Four Musketeers. I think I dubbed us that, but yeah, so it'll be Elliot, Nathan and Chris and myself, and it'll be the usual format of picking a Criterion disc that's in the collection already and sort of championing it and recommending it to people, and then also picking a film that isn't in the collection that we want to see get the treatment. So we've done 4 of those so far over the last 18 months to 2 years, so they're quite sporadic, but they're really fun when we get together and can do those. It's difficult to schedule those things with 4 people, but there should be one coming out in the next couple of weeks, which will be really good. And then my watching habits, what I'm going to be watching over the coming weeks. I'm not someone that typically chooses to watch a lot of Christmas movies in December. I love Christmas, especially now that my son is getting of the age where he's very much becoming aware of Christmas. It does inject a new sense of joy into the festive season. But yeah, I'm not super into watching loads of Christmas movies, but I did pick up some things during the Black Friday sales. So I managed to pick up this Universal's Monsters Icons of Horror collection, the 4K, and I got it dirt cheap, really really good. It's like £23 or something. I was like, well, I've got to pick that up. I have seen The Mummy and The Bride of Frankenstein before, but I haven't actually seen The Phantom of the Opera, at least this version, or Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yes, I'm a horror fan, horror nerd, but I still haven't seen those two, but I'm going to correct that. So those are going to be watched over the coming weeks. And there's something else I've been getting that I wasn't overly sure I was going to pick up, but then the more reviews I see of this and the more word of mouth and buzz that this is getting, I'm realizing this is something I should have jumped on before, but I've got it now before it goes out of print, because there are very few copies left of this around. I'm talking about Indicators Mexico Macabre. So it has 4 Mexican horror films in it, and I have it on good authority that this is possibly contender for box set of the year, depending on your tastes, obviously. But yeah, so this, hopefully going to have this watched in December. And then as always in December, it's list time. End of December coming into January, there will be a bombardment on your YouTube feeds, if you follow lots of Bluetubers, of what they consider to be the best releases of the year. So I think for my channel, I'm just going to do my top 5 favorite box sets of the year, and then a top 10 Blu-ray and 4K. So just like 10, but there'll be a mixture of just Blu-rays and 4Ks. So yeah, I picked up a lot of stuff this year. I haven't watched as much as I'd like to, but I hope to remedy that by just ticking off a few things that have come out in the year before list weeks start. And then also one last thing I wanted to sort of champion is someone whose channel I really really love, Ryan over at TheDiscConnected. If you don't know who Ryan is, he runs the Disconnected channel, and it's sort of like a news outlet of sorts with very reliable information, as there are other outlets for information about Blu-ray releases that are not. And he does such amazing work with interviewing people from the labels and filmmakers. He's had some great people on his channel that he's interviewed, and he also puts out a zine called The Physical Media Advocate. So this started off as a digital thing for his patrons, or if you wanted to, you could purchase it if you weren't a patron online through Amazon or other links. And he recently put the latest issue out physically, so you can actually hold it. So it's literally, the Physical Media Advocate is now physical, and I'm a big fan of this. I've been lucky enough to contribute articles to 2 past issues, and hopefully in the future I'll be able to contribute to another issue. But yeah, the work that Ryan does over there is just next level, and this is just by fans for the fans. It will cover all sorts of things physical media related, Deaf Crocodile there. They're one of the best in the game at the moment, if you ask me. And, you know, it's got articles from people in the community and the people who run the labels and things like that, and it's just a wonderful thing. Ryan recently made the first 4 issues of this completely free, so I think they're still free now. It might have just been for Black Friday, so I do apologize, but they were free, and I'll leave links to it anyway, because if you're into physical media and you like all sorts of labels and genres and things like that, this really caters to you and things that you might be interested in, and it's just a real labor of love. And I just had to highlight it because, you know, this sort of thing isn't really done in our space, in our community, and Ryan and all the collaborators that have contributed to these issues are just doing fantastic stuff. And, you know, if you like that sort of independent spirit, sort of like old DIY you know, band zines or like genre zines for different types of music, because it's got that sort of feel to it, but it's for physical media Blu-ray releases. So it's just wonderful stuff. So highly had to recommend that. And so yeah, that's the update for the channel. Again, thank you so much to everyone that's subscribed, all the friends that I've made on the platform. You know who you are if you're watching this. And yeah, you'll probably see next the video you'll see will be the Criterion Roundtable with the usual guys. And then probably after that, it will be sort of list time. I did put it in maybe the last couple of videos that I'm going to do a video on the Ormond family. I still plan on doing that. I just haven't got around to watching the last couple of films in that set, and I'm definitely not going to review it until I've seen those. It's just I've been in the mood for watching other things at the moment. So yeah, that's everything, I think. Yep. Until next time, everyone, take care.